Welcome to the location public hearing for the Bowers Hill Interchange Improvements Study. The Virginia Department of Transportation has developed this informational video to update viewers on the progress of the study's process. This presentation will first provide an overview of the study. Next, the goals of the meeting will be outlined. The alternatives will be described, followed by the findings of the Environmental Assessment, EA. And finally, the next steps for the study will be shared. As prescribed by the National Environmental Policy Act, Vdot, in coordination with the Federal Highway Administration, has prepared an EA. The Bowers Hill Interchange is located in Chesapeake, Virginia, and includes the junction of multiple major roadways, including Interstate 664, Interstate 264, Interstate 64, U.S. Route 460, U.S. Route 58, U.S. Route 13, and Virginia Route 191 Jolliffe Road. The study area represents the area in which potential impacts from the project could occur. The study area is large enough to encompass potential interchange improvements, but does not imply that impacts would occur on the entirety of the study area. The primary goal of this meeting is to share information that has been developed by Vdot with the community and users of the interchange. Specifically, we want to share the findings of the EA to analyze potential social, economic, and environmental impacts associated with the alternatives evaluated. Vdot will answer your questions and receive your input on the findings of the EA and the overall study. The following shows a video of existing roadway conditions and a simulation of the proposed improvements for Alternative 1, eastbound and westbound U.S. Route 58 braided ramps within the Bowers Hill Interchange. Existing roadways with connections within the interchange include I-664, I-264, I-64, Jolliffe Road, Airline Boulevard, West Military Highway, and South Military Highway. These local accesses and connections would be retained with Alternative 1. This perspective simulates travel along I-664 South with existing conditions shown at the top and proposed improvements at the bottom. Traveling along, areas to the north appear on the left side of the screen. Improvements proposed by Vdot would widen I-664 with an additional lane in each direction. Following the West Military Highway overpass, a barrier would provide separation between motorists traveling along I-664 South and motorists on U.S. Route 58 East. A new ramp and bridge would be constructed after Exit 14 to accommodate motorists traveling from U.S. Route 58 to I-264 East. Mainline motorists and those from U.S. Route 58 would join to continue to travel to I-64 West towards Virginia Beach. A new ramp and bridge would provide access for U.S. Route 58 motorists over these lanes to I-264 East. Widened bridges would provide additional lanes along I-64 East and West. This next perspective simulates travel along I-264 West from Portsmouth. Areas to the north appear on the right side of the screen. The existing exit ramp on I-64 West towards Virginia Beach would be retained, crossing under the eastbound travel lanes. A new ramp and bridge would be constructed to provide two travel lanes from I-64 East to connect these motorists with those traveling from I-264 West to access U.S. Route 58 West, West Military Highway, Airline Boulevard, or Jolliffe Road. Two new travel lanes for I-664 North, a widened bridge, and a barrier would be constructed to provide separation and reduce weaving conflicts between I-664 North mainline motorists and those who would exit at Exit 13A or 13B. An additional travel lane would continue along I-664 North, requiring the widening of the West Military Highway overpass. This lane would continue northbound north of Jolliffe Road. This next video simulation shows the proposed improvements for Alternative 2, full interchange reconstruction. Alternative 2 would reconstruct a majority of the interchange to eliminate the weaving movements between the facilities and improve ramp geometry and operation. This perspective simulates travel on I-664 South Improvements proposed by Vdot would widen I-664 with an additional lane in each direction. Access to U.S. Route 58 West would be maintained by using the existing ramp at Exit 13A. Exit 13B would be eliminated to allow for the realignment of I-664 North within the main interchange area. A new flyover ramp would be constructed from U.S. Route 58 East to I-664 North. Following this flyover, motorists traveling on U.S. Route 58 East would separate into ramps for I-264 East towards Portsmouth or I-64 West towards Virginia Beach. Access to U.S. Route 13 North would be maintained using Exit 14. The existing ramp from I-664 South to I-64 West would be widened to 3 lanes. Existing local access from U.S. Route 58 to South Military Highway would be maintained. Widened bridges would provide additional lanes along I-64 East and West. This next perspective simulates travel on I-264 West, which would be realigned to provide a new 2-lane ramp with direct access to U.S. Route 58 West. The existing 2-lane section of I-264 would split with 1 lane as a direct connection to I-664 North and the other lane to a new 1-lane flyover ramp with direct access to I-64 West towards Virginia Beach. The existing ramp from I-64 West to I-664 North would be widened to 3 lanes and would come in on the north side of the new 2-lane ramp from I-264 West. Additional travel lanes and barrier would be added within the main interchange to separate mainline traffic from I-664 North and motorists traveling to U.S. Route 58 West. New bridges would span Ridgeway Avenue and South Military Highway. Following the new U.S. Route 58 East to I-664 North flyover ramp, the barrier-separated lanes would diverge with 3 lanes proceeding to U.S. Route 58 West and 3 mainline lanes continuing to I-664 North, north of Jolliffe Road. Vdot has evaluated the potential impacts within the limits of disturbance of the build alternatives, including right-of-way and relocations, wetlands, streams, noise, and potential hazardous material sites. Following this location public hearing, the Commonwealth Transportation Board will identify a preferred alternative. FHWA cannot issue a NEPA decision such as finding of no significant impact on this project until funding is identified for construction in the Metropolitan Planning Organization's NPO Constrained Long-Range Plan, and the next subsequent phase is funded in the MPO's Transportation Improvement Program. Once addressed, a NEPA decision can be issued and the project can proceed to the design phase. Vdot wants to hear from you. Your feedback is critical to the success of this study. Written comments regarding the content of this meeting can be submitted through May 19, 2019 via standard mail or email. An electronic comment form is also available on the Vdot study website at www.bowershillinterchange.com. Be sure to visit the study website for updates on the Bowers Hill Interchange Improvement Study. Thank you for joining this meeting. We appreciate your interest and participation in this important study.